Okay, great. Well, welcome everybody. It is May 14th, 2024, and I'm really honored to be hosting Transformational Tuesday I should just really count so that I'm not guessing how many months, but I think we're on 17 or 18 months of Transformational Tuesday, which is just so exciting. Tonight, my name is Kirsten Evenson. I'm here in Prineville, Oregon. We were just talking about how beautiful all of our weather has been. We've been talking about Aurora Borealis and, all those things that connect us across the miles and across the country. And, in addition to what connects us is our heart and our love for this company. Um, with that said, I'm really, really honored to be interviewing or just introducing Michelle Iglewski tonight. She is lovingly known by some of us as Iggy. So if I accidentally call her that, that's why. But Michelle has been in the Juice Plus company about double the years that I have. I think I'm going on 8, and Michelle has been a partner for 17. She's been eating Juice Plus for 18 years, which explains why, in spite of her amazingly active lifestyle of running half marathons, being a CrossFitter, she just looks amazing. But I think Michelle and my relationship to me really, really exemplifies the beauty of one team, one mission, and having sideline buddies. Michelle has always just felt like a radiant light to me. She's on a different NMD team even, but she and I have done leadership and personal development work together. And Michelle has just always had a huge heart for helping whoever she can, not only with their health, but in this business. Michelle is currently a QSSC and working her way to senior sales coordinator, which will be a really big theme of our talk tonight, is how the personal development work that needs to happen through rank and advancement. She recently just did a Partner Plus to QSC presentation, but she really wanted to broaden the appeal tonight and really talk about, what deep dives you have to do to move through any of the rank and advancements in this company. She's married to her husband, Dan, who's a pilot, and she has one son, Tyler, who's 19 years old. He's also studying to be a pilot, which is really exciting. Along with sharing her passion of health and wellness, Michelle recently went back to her music teaching career and passion, and is now a high school choir director. And I just have to tell you, Iggy, I was so blessed. I got to spend 45 minutes in a middle school choir class today, supporting some of my special ed kids. And I was thinking of you the whole time, and my heart was filled, and just hearing those beautiful voices and being able to support them in learning harmony was just amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, so I was channeling you today. And with that, I'm just going to let you take it away.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for that amazing introduction, and so grateful to be here tonight. I am going to share my screen. I actually created a PowerPoint just to keep myself on task. So I'm going to share my screen here quick. And so, as Kirsten said, we're sideline buddies, and let me get this to play. Can you guys see my screen?
We can.
Okay, and now I need to, there we go. Okay, I needed to move it down to be able to hit the play button. Okay, so we were on a call together as sideline buddies, and that kind of started my story with why this presentation evolved, was a talk on getting from Partner Plus to QSC and how can we help our teams and moving forward. So whether you personally are trying to get from Partner Plus to QSC, or you're there and you have team and you want to help your team advance, that's kind of what this is. And I kind of did it as an involvement of looking back the last 18 years or 17 years with the business and how that all evolved. Just real briefly, I want to share my Juice Plus story, if that's okay, Kirsten, quickly, how I kind of got in this 17, 18 years ago. I was actually introduced to Juice Plus like 20 years ago when I was pregnant with my son. He's going to be 20 in June. That's unbelievable. I can't believe it. Introduced when I was pregnant, and I totally ignored the person who told me about it. Could kick myself now knowing what I know, but I thought, oh, that's just one of those things. Well, fast forward 2 years after he was born premature, and his terrible twos are kicking in, knows his favorite word. He decided to give up every fruit or vegetable. So I called up that friend and said, all right, I need something because he's not eating any fruits or vegetables. She's like, Michelle, what have you got to lose? You try it too. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try it too. Little did I know that was like a catalyst for my entire family's nutrition. He started eating more fruits and vegetables, part of that metabolic reprogramming and getting that goodness in your body. I started noticing that inflammation in my knee was going away. I was able to run again. I was able to work out in the gym again, where I thought at 38, I thought my running days were over, and they're far from over now. Now I'm in my 50s and I'm headed to run my next half marathon in June. And it just was a catalyst for our nutrition and totally changed things around. So a year after we were taking it, when my husband was coming home sick and said, well, gee, how come you and Tyler don't get sick, but I seem to be bringing all these germs home? I'm like, I don't know, maybe you should try this Juice Plus stuff. So when I said that, my friend at the time said, well, why don't you just be a partner and take care of your own product since he's signing up? And I'm like, oh, fine, I'll do that too. And I really had no intentions on doing this as a business at all. I thought, I'm a music teacher. If I go back to work, I'll go back to that. That's all I knew. And again, long story short, 18 years later, I'm still doing this, loving it, loving our community, loving the people I've learned from and grown from through the years. And as I can't remember if Chris Cotton's the one who said this or who initially said this, but is a personal development program cleverly disguised as a business, because it's amazing. I am not the same person I was 18 years ago. And I'm grateful who I've grown into as a mother, a wife, a friend, you name it. So it's just been fantastic. So let's take a dive into this. You are a Juice Plus partner. Maybe you've just signed up. Maybe you have been around the block a few times. We have all started from different places for different reasons and even different seasons. Like I said, I went into this kind of kicking and screaming. I had no intention on doing this as a business. I'm still here. So who knows? But through the years, our why can shift and change through those seasons. It's what you started as that why may shift through the years. I started just to pay for my own product. Then I started to do a little more so I could make a car payment. Before I knew it, I could help our mortgage. You know, it was amazing. So that's all depends on you, what you want to do. And a little or a lot, it's your choice. You can pay for your own product. You can see yourself sharing it with a few family and friends, or if you see it as a little legitimate business opportunity that could literally change your future. What is your why? So just something to think about, because it's super important to know what that is and for us to know what our teams are planning on doing. Again, this is all developed. I believe I got this from Heidi Biggs. Everything on here is kind of taken and stolen from friends along the way, because that's how you learn and grow. So the talk that I had done with these sideline buddies was, I kind of asked 3 questions, and it was
recorded.
Ooh, someone
I'll-
needs to mute
I'll
out.
take care of that.
Thanks. So you've got, you know, we have challenges. You know, maybe they're personal challenges, maybe it's some challenges in your business. We also have successes. What does that look like? I know when I was first starting this as a partner, I looked at what did I do well as a teacher? Because that's all I knew before. What did I do well as a teacher to be able to talk to people and turn that into like how I could help that with my business as it was growing. And then looking at those challenges and successes and what's our best way of moving forward, both either with ourselves or with our teams. How do we keep motivated to keep going each and every day? Because I'll be honest with you, yeah, the structure of this business can be pretty easy, but it's not always easy. There's challenges. They come up. Life happens. You know, you just never know. So how can we do that? And how do we grow? I just started listening to or thinking back through the years, and I didn't even list not even half of some of the things that I have gone through, but I wanted to share just so you know, it truly has been a journey. And I'm so grateful for our amazing leadership, both with Nikki and Alita and so many sideline friends and the support through the years. This is just, community is amazing. And I remember last heat call, Jennifer Straub was amazing. Part of the ways you stay plugged in is these weekly calls, because they really do make a big difference. Of just having that little nugget each week that you can walk away with. And I remember her saying about get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I've heard that phrase before, but it really kind of hit home when she was talking about how do you move forward, and whether that means you're wanting to go from Partner Plus to QSC or any different level, or you're helping a team member, you kind of need to step outside a little bit and think, what can I do differently? One of the main examples, I wrote this 100 Names Challenge at the top. I have always been afraid to talk to people. Wouldn't know it from my career. I can teach in front of kids. I can sing in front of thousands of people. But when it comes to one-on-one conversations, I'm very shy. So a while back, I challenged myself. I got this from a gal who spoke, I think her name is Michelle Polar, at a Vegas boot camp. Sorry if I mess up her name, but she talked about the fears. So she did like 100 fearful things. Each day she did something for 100 days that she was fearful of. Skydiving, some of them were very simple, whatever else. And I thought of, I still have that fear of talking to people. I'm going to talk to one new person every day for 100 days. And it didn't necessarily have to be about Juice Plus. I just had to start a conversation with them. If it went that way, hey, great. If not, I just needed to open my mouth and talk to a stranger, because in my brain, that was so foreign to me. I don't know if my mom really dug that in, that you don't talk to strangers, but that was very uncomfortable to me. So I did it, and it really did help me to kind of step outside of that box a little bit. Other ways that you can help learn and grow: affirmations, manifestation. I don't know if you guys know these from Lauren Slocum, these I am cards. They're amazing. They're fantastic way of just, I am beautiful, I am strong. And then she has great little quotes throughout them, but they're fantastic. And however this looks for you, I have prayer, I have meditation, gratitude. And another thing is a win journal. At nighttime, sit down sometime. It used to be something that Mitra Ray had. It was an actual little journal, but write down the things that went really well today. It could be something as simple as, I got the dishes in the dishwasher. Woohoo, time to celebrate. Or maybe it was, I picked up the phone and called that person that I was afraid to call. So, and I'm super excited and glad I did. You just never know. At the end of the day, count those winnings, because it really does make a difference. There are a ton of books out there. I am a big fan of, in fact, I can pull it from right here, Jen Sincero. If you don't like swearing, you probably won't like these books, but I'm telling you, I have them on Audible and I own all of them. I love them, but there's so many great authors out there. And I know you can probably ask a sideline friend or an upline of how that all works, and who you could talk to, but feeding your mind with really positive, wonderful information is great. Brene Brown, Gay Hendricks, Simon Sinek. There's so many great authors out there. And then coaching opportunities. I say that with caution, because sometimes there are some that are very, very expensive and don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money to do coaching. If you feel you're ready for that and that's the leap you want to take, I go for it, but you do not have to do that in order to grow yourself. I just want to say that now. In fact, I believe Brendan Barber either just had, or it does have one that was like $20. So, start with something small, but there's so many ways to learn. Kristen Voss just spoke at the leadership conference. She is amazing. Some of the old standbys, we've got Eric Worre and Brene Brown, just fantastic things. Another ways that we grow are getting to conferences and signing up for the regionals and the level up events, our local events, our team events. Staying plugged in truly does make a difference. Like I said, even this weekly call, making sure you can hop on each week or that you can listen to the recording makes all the difference in the world. And one of the last things that I wrote is, and like I said, this just touches on a few, but these are just ways that I have learned and have grown through the years. But one of the biggest ones, which I'm going to go into next because it's going to lead to how this call even evolved, was facilitating a call, being on a group with your peers, but you have to pick a topic. This is, I believe Nikki came up with this idea, but you had to pick a topic to facilitate on that maybe you didn't feel quite so comfortable with. Maybe it's a place you wanted to grow in your business. I tell you, if you want to learn, that is one of the best tools ever. And that's what I just did on a recent call with some sideline friends that I was with Kirsten and Heidi and Patty and Carrie and Ashley, just so many different friends. But I chose the topic. I hope you can hear me because I see I'm freezing up. Am I doing okay? Okay. So I chose the topic of going from helping your partners get from Partner Plus to QSC, because right now in my business, I feel like that's one thing that I feel like we need to improve on. It's a challenge, and I want to help those partners to succeed and to get to that next level. So with that, I had a lot of information. We had a great call, but towards the end of it, we were, boom, boom, bouncing off so many amazing ideas. Nikki kind of summed it up. I went back and listened to the call, and Nikki kind of summed it up in these amazing words of what it takes to, like, not only get yourself to QSC, but connecting with your team and helping your teammates along the way, keeping the energy. She kind of started with keeping the energy up and contagious. And I remember a time, Nikki, when you and Chris came to Arizona and we had a booth. I can't even remember where it was, somewhere. It was one in downtown Gilbert. And we'd started with some sideline friends, but all of a sudden Chris and Nikki come in and the energy of the whole booth just shifted. And it was just, you guys always brought the energy. You still just bring the energy. It's like you walk in a room and it lights up. And it just amazed me from the start how you guys did that. It just was fantastic. And Nikki had asked us, how do you watch your energy? Is it something like the I am cards? Sean Myers, I know, does the pounding on the floor, spins around and says, showtime, like before he gets going on a call. Something to help get your energy moving, before you pick up that phone and make those calls. And, anytime, even when you're ready to talk to team members, it's just a great idea of really being aware of what your energy looks like. Are you truly in a mindset that you can manifest your outcome? I'm kind of cut off here. I can't see my hands. Belief in yourself that you can do it. Belief in the product, belief in the industry. I remember a time when I really didn't quite trust the industry of network marketing. I had some doubts, and that's when Eric Worre kind of came into the picture. And I remember going to one of his workshops, and that, wow, blew my socks off. And it just opened my eyes. I had no idea what this industry could do for people. And above and beyond Juice Plus, I truly feel we have the best of anything that's out there. But it really helped build my belief in this industry and how amazing it is. Are you able to cast vision for your team? Or do you know how to lead them to who can? A connection call with your upline NMD, finding out what their why is and what they want is super important. Sometimes I've found through the years, let's say it's a friend that I had talked to, or even someone maybe I didn't even know very well. I didn't quite know how to cast vision with them, but I knew who could. So I could bring him to Alita. I could bring him to Nikki, and they could just open doors that I didn't even see. And I could sit back and listen and take really good notes on what this person wanted. And I know both Alita and Nikki, I've watched it happen, will pull something out that all of a sudden, like, you never dreamed of. I know Nikki's done multiple calls where she's talked to people and they're like, no, I don't need any money. And the next thing you're knowing, gosh, I could really use this to pay for this next trip, or bring my whole family to Disneyland, or the dream starts to open up. So having someone who can cast vision for your team. Provide next step thinking. What is my next action step? And I think of that in twofold. I kind of think it as us personally, What are we doing to move forward? What's our next step? I want to get to SSC. Do I know my goals? Do I know what it really needs to take that? How many people do I need to talk to? How many people do my team members need to talk to get to their goals? What is that next action step? Or something as simple as, okay, we had our call. It's a new onboarding call with a new person. Set up the launch call. The next step is let's see by Friday if you can invite 10 new people. Just something. I'm just throwing out a random idea. Accountability and check-in. I stole from Nikki as well. She talked about when they used to do calls, and I actually went back and listened because I'm like, she rattled off like these questions, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was brilliant. What did you say? And I believe you said that you and Chris used to do like 3-minute check-ins with your team, and like a 3-minute call, and you would connect on a regular basis, like calling in, just checking in, seeing how you're doing. Where are you today? Who are you calling? Did you invite to that launch call? Do you have any challenges? Just a quick check-in, just to see how those team members are doing. Something I really want to improve on is touching base a little more frequently with those people, especially those new people, because you never know what's happening or what the thoughts are in their head. And that simple reach out really could make all the difference in the world.
Hey, Michelle, can I just interject something here? Like a light bulb that just went on for me. What I'm really loving about your talk is that you started with the foundational personal development work that needs to happen in order for us to come to the table with these skills. And the way that you've built on it, I'm just looping back. Well, how do we watch our energy? If we don't have the energy, we have to do those affirmations. We have to do that, those deep dives, our prayers, our meditations, our affirmations, whatever it is to fill ourselves up in order to do these steps. So I kind of got that flash and just love how you kind of built the foundation of how to be a good leader on the personal development work that we just have to do if we're going to be there for others. So that may have felt very obvious to most people, but I was having this like little flash moment. So
I love that though. That was my whole piece of, because it kind of evolves and it kind of goes around. And sometimes this is like a roller coaster. Sometimes things are moving and shaking and it's great. And then you hit a lull. But what are you going to do? Are you going to stay there? You might stay there for a little bit. Okay, that's fine. It happened. But what can you do to build yourself up for the next thing, the next level, I remember being afraid to do a connection call. Like I didn't even know how to use my phone at the time, like how to pick it all up. So it was like, I think at the first one I ever did, it was me, and we still had a landline, our landline, and my husband on his cell phone because I wanted to make sure I could do it right. And it was like, oh, that's it. That's all it was. I've got it.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah.
And you've mentioned it a few times too. I think that constant challenging ourselves with new learning, like, my upline, Michael used to say, if your palms are sweaty, you're in the right place. And here's the deal. And you've really nailed it, Michelle, is that, are your palms sweaty and you're going to be paralyzed because of that? Or your palms sweaty and you're going to take it as the next challenge and the next way to grow? And I'm just really feeling that from what you're presenting.
Awesome.
So,
And that was my whole purpose.
yeah.
Perfect.
Well, good. We're getting it.
So with that, I just wanted to close with a quote then on from Thomas Edison. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. I'm sorry, it's partly cut off. I can't see wait, okay, there we go. I had to shrink it. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. So with that, I'm gonna stop share. And then that's what I had.
That's incredible. I wonder if can we open it up to a few questions or comments that people have?
For sure.
It was super concise and like I said, hopefully other light bulbs are going on with people.
I'll
Anyone
go,
else?
I'll go, because Iggy always says I like to go first. Iggy, seriously, that was incredible. I am so proud of you. I'm like almost in tears because it's just like, that's my buddy. And she seriously knocked it out of the park. And I have to say, we all need to, who hasn't started over in this business, right? And so that for me, I just kind of took 10 days off, but also has kind of hit a lull. And it's just such a refresher and it's such a good reminder is start fresh with all the recommendations you made and just start again. We all need to do it. We all need a new team. We all want to touch more lives. And this was the best way to do it. So thank you for that.
Yay, thank you. I'm so glad.
I'd like to say something. Kirsten, I would love to have you be the host. And Michelle, you do what you did tonight on a regular Tuesday night call for the greater team. I think that's a greater team call. So, but Kirsten, your introductions and your setup is so beautiful. So rather than me hosting, Michelle, would you be willing to?
Sure.
I mean, I'm sorry, not Michelle, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's find
I
a
mean-
date. I would love to.
I'll give you both some days to see because I think that's an all heat Tuesday night call. I think it's a really beautiful call. It's fabulous. And it was just, it's the most professional and confident I've ever seen you be, Michelle.
Wow. Thanks.
I agree.
Thanks. Well, it was information from my buddies.
You know, one other thing too, Michelle, I feel like there was an element, and all of us know this, that any of us that have helped other team members along, is that place twofold for me is the perfectionism that I learned so strongly in the Brene Brown trainings, that if I'm going to be the best leader, I need to get out of feeling like I have to do things perfectly all the time. But the other thing that you really acknowledged was when it's time to step out of the way and say, I don't know that, but let's get you to somebody who does. And that takes us a certain level of confidence that we also have to build through our personal development journey, to just say, I don't know. You've asked me a question I can't answer, and let's get you the answer. And that is a special skill in this business, I think, that we also
Absolutely.
develop over time. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Past the pride. Yes, indeed, Patty. Because I think a lot of us start just feeling like we have to know it all. And then what happens? We get paralyzed because we can't possibly know it all.
You know, and I have to say that I believe is a lesson I've always known in teaching. There's no way I can ever have all the answers, ever. And I would rather be real and for someone to know, yeah, I really don't know, but let's find out. Let's find a way to figure that out. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
And then when you do that and you say you're going to do that, you have to do it. Because a lot of times we don't follow through with it. We say we're going to do it and then we don't do it. So that's a huge part of it too, is being committed and following through. But it was great. Thank you for all of your tips and hints. It was great.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Nancy.
Beautiful. And I do see that Beth has her hand up. I don't know if that's a mistake or if you had a comment, Beth.
No, I have a comment. Thank you.
Okay.
I was trying to refrain from my usual jumping in and being polite, raising my hand. Sorry, I'm walking my dog, or else I put my camera on. I have to tell you, Michelle, that was so perfect for me to hear today. And what I liked about it is not only did you talk about mindset and talk about how to improve your mindset, you talked about how to work with your team, how to work with the team above you, and how to work with your sidelines, and also just how to start, like how to start just one person a day. I love that whole thing about trying one thing a day, about being afraid for 100 days or something like that. I have it noted somewhere, but that was so great. And you just tied it all in a bow for me. That's what I needed to hear. So
yay,
thank you so much.
You. I appreciate that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that may just be a perfect segue to wrapping up. We're at 6:30, and certainly we can stay on, but we could take it off record, Nikki, and keep it at a neat 30 minutes, and would be honored to do this with you again, Michelle, on a
Definitely.
larger